PVA has funded research of the first non-addictive pain medication in over a decade, partnered with an award-winning sports anchor to fight for accessible medical care for women veterans, ensured all women with disabilities feel seen and empowered with help from a top cosmetic company. And that doesn't even include what PVA have done over the last 80 years, like secured the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, pioneered wheelchair basketball, helped design iconic landmarks, made the DC Metro a model transit system, and wrote and distributed resources in over 60 countries in 4 languages. None of this would be possible without your help. Every breakthrough, every battle won, and every life impacted is driven by you. Visit PVA.org to learn more.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Check it out one time.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie, in the building.
Great morning to you, man. How you doing and feeling today, bro?
I am feeling excellent. It's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's a hump day, and I'm feeling great this morning.
Yeah. You know, me and Bailey got to talk about it on the day of the actual passing of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. And it's crazy. We have to get used to saying that, as I was saying on yesterday's show. And we also lost Akua Dantzler, the legislative assistant for Alderwoman of the 6th Aldermanic District, Olele A. Cogs. And I want you to, first I want to let you give your thoughts on the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. And then I have a moment that I talked about on yesterday that I'm going to bring to life today as well.
My moment with Jesse Jackson is more family based. Mm-hmm. Like, I never met him. I just saw him on you know, Eyes on the Prize and things of that nature, right? Mm-hmm. But in '84, when Jesse Jackson was running for president, and they had those blue "Run Jesse Run" shirts, my family, I don't know. I want to say my aunt was working for the campaign then, because, you know, politics is always somehow, you know, civil rights, politics, all of it meshes at this point. You're at that point where it starts to mesh, where politics is, civil rights is as meshed into politics, obviously with Jesse running for president. And we knew, even at that young age, I think I was maybe 8, we knew Jesse wasn't going to win. But it was just a matter that he was this black man running, you know, like not like Shirley Chisholm had run before and this, that, and the other, but this was Jesse running, the guy who stood next to Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. This was Jesse running, you know, Keep Hope Alive, Nation Time. This was Jesse running, and I at 8 knew the importance of that, and so going back to my aunt, she must have either worked for the campaign or Jesse and them just dropped off shirts at the church. Like, my family was the family of the church. We had started the church, so, you know, the deacons and stuff was all my father's cousins and this, that, and the other. And the pastor was my great uncle at Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church. And so I don't know if they had just dropped off the boxes of T-shirts, but there was 2 or 3 boxes of Run Jesse Run T-shirts at my grandmother's house. And I remember it only took a couple of days, 2-3 days, but the house was like a trap house. It was all these people coming to get these T-shirts because they heard, Miss Elsie and them had the T-shirts. And so that's my fond memory of Jesse Jackson, in that it brought politics into my life. And if you know how I've since, going about it, but that was my first, remembrance of politics was seeing everybody in these shirts that said "Run Jesse Run."
That part, bro. That part. Now, and I was telling people I've been blessed to have the pleasure to meet Reverend Jesse Jackson on several different occasions, and being at WNOV, we had him in the studio at WNOV on several occasions, and at different events out and about on several occasions. And OG Andrew is holding us down this morning. Great morning, OG Andrew. How you doing and feeling?
Great morning, Homer. Feeling great.
All right. And I talked about this, and Andrew, if you could pull up the Sherwin Hughes picture that's in the chat. Okay, so I talked about this. This was one of the times that he was at WNOV, and Sherwin Hughes was, allowed to interview him on WNOV. So I want people, if you are on our YouTube page, or you're watching us on Facebook Live, or you're watching us on X, all 1017 The Truth, while you're there, make sure on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell. Follow us on Facebook. You can like or follow the page, the same with X. So you will see the late Reverend Jesse Jackson with our very own Sherwin Hughes from Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And the thing that I was telling people about is that lapel pin, that's his member, the Rainbow Push Coalition. And so then I isolated that pin, because what I told people is, I always told him, I said, man, I admire what you're doing, and you're still doing it. You're still, fighting for people, and, traveling, doing great things. And I said, you doing the Rainbow Push Coalition, man, I said, I'm going to end up getting one and becoming a member. And that pin, bro, he took it off and pinned it to my T-shirt. I'm wearing T-shirts, right? He pinned it to me, and I told people about that yesterday. Now, if people look, I don't know if OG Andrew can zoom in. Bruh, this is the pin, the lapel pin that the late Reverend Jesse Jackson gave me. And you'll see, and I'm going to pass it to Dame so Dame can see it, but you'll see it says member. He literally took that off that suit jacket that he had on. And so for the rest of his appearances that day, he didn't have on his pin, because he gave it to me and said, you're a member now.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
That's special, right?
Yeah, just to, bring it up and bring it into focus. So, yeah, so now, it always meant something to me. And that's why I didn't have to, find it. You get what I'm saying?
You knew where it was.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I know where this is. And just to have this piece of personal legacy, to know that he ended up taking it literally, man, while in the studio. He took it off his lapel and put it on and pinned it to my shirt and said, you're a member now.
See, that's great leadership right there.
Man.
If somebody admires something, hey, here.
Yeah.
Take this. I want you to be a part of this. And that's what great leadership takes, is being sacrificed. And just in that little bit, he sacrificed that pen.
Absolutely.
He didn't have another one. He didn't say, man, this is the only one I got.
Right.
You want this? I got 1,000 of these at the house, but this is the only one I got with me. But here, take this one. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. Right.
You remember now because I gave it to you.
Absolutely, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Definitely his contributions, they can't be overlooked, and we know that there are other things that people talk about, but I'm just saying his contributions can't be overlooked. Akua Dantzler.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Akua Dantzler, and to Alderwoman Malele Coggs, who is definitely in deep mourning because of that, because of who Akua was to her and just to the community and people and City Hall. You had an opportunity to work with Akua Dantzler down in City Hall, but it goes before that. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Me and Akua went to high school together. Me and Akua, like all of us went to high school together, and went to Riverside. And so the Riverside family, my condolences to her, first of all, to Malele and everyone that at City Hall who loved Akua. Akua had made that City Hall her family, and that's the way she treated most people. And I think I had just gotten off air, and I went home, took my nap before the day, and then I woke up to some messages, like Andrea texted me, Alderwoman Pratt texted me, like, hey, just letting you know, Akua passed today, because she understood that me and Akua went back. I have pictures of Akua at my house we went on a college tour in high school, and all of us were, and I'm like, and it's just when somebody passes like that you quasi grew up with, right? It's different. And Akua was, and working the job that she worked and working it as well, her connection to the community, she's the link.
Right.
If you're an older person, that aide is the link to the community, really. And it's not like the alder isn't connected to the community, but in most cases, that aide talks to the community every single day.
Absolutely.
And as long as she was in that position, her link to that 6th district is strong. And I know that whole district is feeling it, because she's probably talked to thousands and thousands and thousands of people, touched thousands of lives just by making phone calls and making things happen. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, she and I had a special link that I won't say on air, but it was just, and so we always talked about that, right? And so it was always, how you doing? How you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it
Absolutely.
was, and when I heard it, I was just, it just hit me. It hit me kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because she was more than just, a work friend. You know what I'm saying? We had 35, 40 years known each other. And sometimes we argue like brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And yeah, it was just, but death is final. It's final. And I wish I could have seen her before she passed or whatever. I should have went. Now I'm kicking myself because I didn't go to the Riverside class reunion and stuff, and I missed everybody there, and it was just, yeah. Rest in peace. Cool.
Yeah, we got to get ready to take care of some bills, but when we return, we're going to stay down in City Hall, so to speak, because there's another situation that is brewing with Alderman Mark Chambers and
Jocasta Zamaripa.
Yeah, so we'll come back to talk about that. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. The Truth will be black.
Truth Nation, something big is coming. The Summerfest lineup you've been waiting for is dropping soon, and 101.7 The Truth is getting you ready early. From February 16th through February 19th, we're giving you a chance to win T-Mobile 9-day power passes so you can experience it all. Listen throughout the day for your shot to win and get plugged in before the official lineup announcement. Don't miss out, the countdown is on. Only on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It is time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now at Milwaukee Public Schools. Explore schools offering traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, and physical education along with reading, writing, math, and science. Bus transportation and before and after school care are available. level. Attend the citywide kindergarten enrollment fair on February 21st at North Division High School. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in for Dr. Ken's Trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments that you need to know. And Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history. Because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union. Welcome Black to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM, The Truth. I am the legendary Homer Blow. You can find me at Homer Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elzy.
You can find you
me at Dame_Elzy, ELLZEY on Instagram, or just Damian Elzy on Facebook.
Bruh, City Hall, in one way or another, man, has... after such a great celebration and being me being one of the ones, along with Sherwin Hughes, the 28 Days of Milwaukee Black History celebration, which, like I say, I've been here all my life and I've seen a lot of situations, but that celebration, I've never seen that many people in the rotunda at one time. I've seen it crowded, but not to where I saw it there. But so with that, which is great, and again, none of this should mar any of that. But then we started hearing about Common Council President Jose Perez and Marty Brooks, and a situation that charges didn't get pressed, but now we heard audio and all of that. So then people have been talking about that. And now we got this situation with Alderman Mark Chambers and a fellow alderperson that have had a situation. And so is this, when we think about all of this, do we have that clip to play? Okay. Okay, so we do have the information for the complaint that has been put up. So it's on Journal Sentinel online. We just had it up on our YouTube page. Dame, again, we were able to talk about some of the other situations, and with Common Council President Brother Jose Perez, and it was like really as much ado about nothing with the other situation with the license and whatnot. Yeah. So what is your take? Again, and I lean on you for your expertise in this area because, again, it's a part of your life and legacy of being there in the system, or the belly of the beast, as we sometimes call it from the outside looking in.
Yeah. I'll just say it again. As people mostly know who listen, I worked in City Hall for 12 years. Worked for the city for 26. So a lot of these personalities that the news is talking about, I know. And I've seen behind the scenes, behind the curtain, as some people like to say. In this case, you had what I was telling my homie yesterday. You have what is like a perfect storm. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by it's a perfect storm? You have Mark Chambers, who is a fiery dude to begin with, right? He's a passionate dude. He gets emotional. He gets hyped about things like this, things that he believes in, right? And I've heard it before. We've seen it before. I personally never see it as being threatening or anything like that. It's just, that's just who Mark is, right? But it's not to the level of that I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just regular. To us, it's regular, right? But then you add in Jocasta, Alderwoman Jocasta Zamaripa, who is also passionate and emotional about certain things, but her passion and emotion shows in different ways. She has frequently cried on the council floor talking about things, or cried at committee talking about things that, about our community and whatever the case may be. And so when you have the meeting of these two, and it wasn't like, and they're, they saying, Mark was in her office. She was like, get the hell out of here. But he didn't go. And like Mark says, he, and this is facts, Jose Perez, the Common Council president, and I say names like that, so I'm sorry, y'all, trying to mend those fences, the disagreement that was taking place. Like, man, come on here and holler at her. Being a leader, come on, holler at her. And let's see what we can work out. It didn't go as he thought it was going to go. You know what I'm saying? And so voices get raised, people start yelling. Like I said, she has frequently cried on council floor. I'm of the mind, it's like the movie Major League. This is baseball. There's no crying in baseball. But I understand it. I get it. That's how her emotions come out. And Mark's come out through his words. But the one thing I don't like about, and I said this to my homie yesterday, one thing I don't like about it is that when she filed a complaint, because Mark is over 6 feet tall, because Mark is a black man, because Mark did raise his voice, which happens a lot behind those council doors. People get into it. You know what I'm saying? I have gotten into it with people behind those doors. It happens because you're fighting for your constituency, you're fighting for your public, and it happens, right? I just think that in this situation, to characterize it as the tone and the language that they were characterizing it as gives back to the way that black men have been stereotyped as being angry black men. Now, should Mark have done that and recognized that? Of course he should not have. He should have, when she said, get out of my office, he probably should have left. You know what I'm saying? When his aide comes over there and says, hey, let's bounce, he probably should have left. You know what I'm saying? If I was in that position and I hear Russ getting into it with somebody, I'm going to say, hey, it's time to go. But there's that trust there, and then Russ is going to be like, okay, bet, let's go. Because he knows I'm seeing something that he's not seeing in that situation. But I say all of that to say, when you add in that he's a black man, 6 feet tall, and then now you put this complaint, you felt threatened, and this, that, and the other. I just think that's doing too much in that situation. You felt threatened, and this, that, and the other. But then you have Bugalis come out and try to do the censorship, which the censorship is something that hasn't been done since Mike McGee in the 90s. And if you know what that was like when he said he was going to poison the sausage and doing all this stuff, when Mike McGee was trying to get the city through whatever means possible to start showing some attention to black folks. Different way of seeing things, and he got censored for it. I don't think this reaches the level of censorship, but I think they are going to try to say that Mark may have said some derogatory statements about her, because she's openly gay and Bugalis is openly gay, that he's said something like that, which I've been in conversations with Mark, and I've seen him check people in those situations. So I don't think that is my opinion. That's not what happened. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it. But I just think that's how it's gonna go. But what you have to realize is all of this is simmering from, and we touched on this earlier off air, is simmering from the Common Council presidency when Jose became president. When you had the 5 orders and 6 orders that voted for Malele, and then you had the other orders that voted for Jose, there's been a tension there. And if you remember, I was saying in the past that they have now unified against certain things, and it was good to see, because I thought, knowing the tension that had been there, that had been brushed under the rug, but it hasn't. And so that tension being there, it still bubbles up into these situations, and there's frustration on both sides, and you get what you get here. Yeah. I hope that I'm saying, I'm trying to break it down for the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of inside information that I can't say, but what I can say is that, you know, a lot of times they said this one was about legislation about the anti-immigration stuff, and that the 5 orders that had voted that went against Jose put out some anti-immigration stuff. And a lot of times in politics, when people do that, they're like, I'm gonna jump on this first because it's gonna make waves. And as a politician, you're like, I'm gonna jump on this first. I'm gonna get the notoriety for this and being first. And then the other people, the Latinos on the board, is like, what are you doing? We Latinos, this is ICE is about us. Here's 5 black orders jumping on it. So in their mind, they're like, we should be doing it because it's our constituency. And being that it's our constituency, how would you feel if George Floyd and something like that, and here we come with this legislation. So there's all this that's going on behind the scenes, but I think it stems from the Common Council presidency.
We'll talk more, Truth Nation. We definitely want to hear from you. The Truth Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. What's your thoughts on this particular situation that is going on with 2 of the alders, and now she has officially filed a complaint against Alderman Mark Chambers. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We'll be black.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Sometimes justice looks different to me. Do you want them in jail for murdering Corey Stingley? Yes, you do. Do you want them to go to trial for what they did and go through that process? Hey, you know. But at the end of the day, the men that took Corey Stingley's life, something happened to where they have to accept the fact that they did that and that they have to be labeled a murderer for a certain length of time on they, you know, and when it was nothing, I think that was a huge thing that happened when you had to climb mountains to get to this point. 13 years?
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Well, we've got some delays with the crash now. 894 eastbound right at Loomis. It is off on the left shoulder, so watch out for a little bit of bunching past that scene. The westbound side, seeing backups from the Mitchell interchange past that point to about 76th Street. On eastbound 94, we've got delays coming out of the Barker Road area all the way past Calhoun. Back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then again, coming out of the Stadium interchange, westbound's backed up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, becoming mostly sunny, windy, and warm. A high of 60 tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in for Dr. Ken's Trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know, and Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth perspective and lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month as 101.7 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history. Because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 101.7 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law.
Welcome, Black to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth.
To OG Andrew for the music playing. It gave me a rhythm to my reading right then. I'm a rapper, so that music, okay, I felt that. It gave me a rhythm, Homer.
That part. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. The True Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. We want to find out what's your truth as it relates to the situation. Currently, there's now an investigation underway between the two alder people that had a clash behind closed doors. So now it led to a loss of committee positions, and there's a formal complaint that has been filed.
And that was different right there, because usually presidents don't change the committees unless it's during election time. And
right.
After the election, they change. So it must have been superheated. And I heard it was superheated. You could hear both of them yelling in the hallways and stuff like that. And, that's happened before. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, it's different this time, because it's, what it is, the dynamics of it. But, Bauman is a fiery dude. Donovan used to be back there. People used to get into it.
Right.
And it happens, And shout out to Stacey Smith, who said the argument was about.
I believe that may be him on the line now.
Okay. The argument was about who gets credit for drafting the resolution, which shouldn't be an argument in the first place, but warning unnecessary credit. And he's right. It was about a resolution. It was about the Pooh Shiesty mask and the way that it had switched up. So in 24, Chambers then was talking about the Pooh Shiesty mask and outlawing it. ACLU was like, nah, that's too much. And then here comes Zamaripa and them with another mask law. And typically what happens, this is why I was not letting him come in real quick, but typically what happens is if somebody comes up with the legislation and LRB is looking up, they'll be like, and then you come up with something similar, the LRB will typically be like, hey, why don't you go holler at Alderman so-and-so.
What is LRB for those who may not know?
Legislative Reference Bureau.
Okay.
And they're the ones that actually, so an alderperson just puts forth, I want to do this. And then LRB, and they tell LRB, Legislative Reference Bureau, give me the wording to be able to do this legally. And so when they go look up the laws and look up other places that this law has been done, they'll also look to see if somebody else is working on something similar. And if somebody else is working on something similar, they'll go to that order and be like, hey, Chambers is doing this, Zamaripa is doing this, why don't y'all work together and merge.
As it should,
and merge these together. So we're not, having competing, because that doesn't look good to have competing legislations coming out.
Right.
So they had the Pooh Shiesty, and if you know what the Pooh Shiesty mask is, it's the mask you pull down, cover your face, whatever, right? Chambers then was like, no, let's outlaw these masks. Tids is wearing these masks.
Basically what you see ICE wearing now.
And right. And so now ICE comes out, and now they doing it, and so now they want to get it, but have it more so directly towards ICE. Now, what should have happened is that LRB should have said, hey, they got something similar to woo-woo wham, why don't y'all work? But because it was directly towards ICE, there's that difference in it, that it's enough difference that it's a different legislation, and it's completely different. Like I said, the other one, ACLU, was like, nah, that ain't gonna work because you infringing on people's right. What if protesters want to wear this mask and this, that, and other? But when now you're going straight to ICE saying the same thing. So again, it's some backstories to like we do the big clean, right? You know that. We work with
I'm a part of it.
Yeah, we work with vacant lots, we work with cleaning up stuff, right? A set of orders came out with the illegal dumping task force, right? But because of the Common Council presidency stuff, they didn't have Russ on it. And this is what we've been working on.
Right.
So there's always, so then when I say that riff is
Friction,
there, that riff has been there, and it's not just about race, it's about who voted for this and who did what. So that riff has been there. So in this case, they felt like who had come out, the Pooh Shiesty mask, felt like this was being stolen from them.
Right.
In a similar fashion. And so they wanted to, no, we're gonna stand our ground on this, and y'all not gonna take this from. So there's the fight. So like he's saying, it wasn't about the constituency. He's right. It was about who was getting credit for this and that, because there's been this underwriting tone under council that people have been taking other people's stuff and trying to take their shine before they can get it.
Right. Okay.
So you can go to the corner.
Stacy, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the conversation. We're talking about City Hall and the disagreements that have been taking place. What's your truth?
Top of the morning, brothers. Top of the mornings, and it is Smiter. But we good. My thoughts on that is, first and foremost, as black men, we always immediately get labeled as the angry black man when we raise our voice, and plus, we like to talk with our hands. So with those types of motions, we'll immediately get labeled as that. And so as an elected official, and as a black elected official, that should be one of the first things we always keep in the back of our mind lingering. I would hate to say that we have to do that, but it's important to understand that. And two, some situations, I feel like when she said get out your office, whether she said get the F out your office or not, she should have just walked away and been a bigger person, especially as a man. Like, you know what? I'm going to let this be. I'm going to let y'all have that. But it was because of the fact that people wanted credit, unnecessary credit. It extended to these extremes, and now we're dealing with the backlash from it. So it's like a live and learn situation for both, because it's got one side, his side, her side, and then the truth. So Mark Chambers Jr. should definitely take this as a learning situation, as an alderman, and as a lifeline. Sometimes some situations is better left alone, and you don't always have to get credit for everything. And same thing for the young lady as well. It's nothing wrong with working together and say, you know what, let's go ahead and combine the two, because it just was a resolution that really didn't have legal ramifications, no way, and couldn't be enforced. But I get it. That's my thoughts on that.
All right, thank you very much.
And he's right.
Yeah, I understand the side of if I brought this up, you get what I'm saying. So now do you really go to the LRB and say to them, maybe before going to your alder person, and say, hey, I see that this is coming up. Did y'all inform? Because then, to me, if you went and done that, like that one little thing, and said, like, hey, did y'all let this person know, the alderwoman know, that we already had presented something similar or, pretty much like it, except it wasn't geared to just ice. Did y'all let her know that? And then she still, proceeded and didn't have the conversation.
That may have
what I
happened.
mean? So, because I think that could, kind of like make a difference. But then if it was and it was ignored, you get what I'm saying? I can see the frustration there too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, didn't they told you, right? Okay, so you're doing a big community birthday party for the kids. I know that my birthday party isn't exclusive to the city of Milwaukee. I mean, although this year will be 32 years, but somebody else could do a big birthday party for the city on the last Saturday of June every year. And I mean, I don't have rights to it like that.
Right.
But I'd be like, yeah, I mean, wouldn't we work smarter trying to combine these things and just make it even, more better than it actually is? You know what I mean?
And I'm not trying to put it off on LRB, because shout out to LRB, they always looked out. But what it is that's their job. When they're handling legislation and orders are just handing it to them. They don't know what the other officers are doing until it comes out. Right. Until the legislation is done and it comes out and it starts circulating. Then they know, okay, this is happening, right? But what Mark and them are saying is like, we circulated this when you knew this one was out beforehand. So it shouldn't take LRB to come to you, and say that you already know. We was doing something like this, right? And again, it stems from the tension that has been on the council since Jose got elected because of, and it's not Jose's fault, it's just because of the loyalties that people have on the council. I remember when, and I just tell you how deep this stuff can go sometimes with politicians. I remember when Mike Murphy had gotten usurped by Ashanti Hamilton. It was almost like a coup, because it typically doesn't happen. But it happened, right? Murphy was so pissed for the next 4 years that anything that anybody did who had voted against him in the comment, he was talking crazy about. He was going against. And so I say all of that to say, sometimes politicians have long memories. And when they do, you get situations like this. Now, this one specifically, though, with the immigration stuff, and I know Cox put forth the asking DPW and asking the departments what they're going to do for immigration and this, that, and the other. Probably should have had Jose and Zamaru, the Latino people, work together. But because they're not on the same page, I'm not messing with you. This needs to be done. I'm doing it. Jose and Zamaripa doing stuff. It needs to be done. We're doing it, right? It should be coming, though, from the mayor's office. Because when you look at other cities, and specifically about immigration, when you look at other cities and how it's being handled in other cities, the one that's leading and pushing it forward is the mayor. Look at Chicago, our neighbors to the south. He's the one that's doing it. So when that doesn't happen, there's that void. People step up, and now you have conflicting ideas in this situation.
Troop Nation, join us for this conversation and get your thoughts and opinions in and a better understanding. 833-212-1017. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. We'll be black.
Listen Fridays to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris during Black History Month for Dr. Ken's Trivia. It's not just questions, it's culture, facts they don't teach you, and a few stories that matter. We'll test what you know and teach each other something new along the way. Lock in your Fridays in February. Be ready to call in and bring your brain with you. Dr. Ken's Trivia, Friday in February on Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, YouTube, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, the second annual Truth Community Awards is this Friday, and you do not want to miss it. Get your tickets now by going to 1017truthawards.com. And of course, this is that one, y'all. This is that one. Unsung heroes. We want to say congratulations to the amazing award recipients this year, who are Andre Douglas, Erica Crowley, Farina Brooks, Joseph Addison, Melody McCurtis, and Shawana Lindenberg, who we had a chance to talk to here on Truth in the Morning. Thank you. Thank you for making a real difference in our community. We got to thank you for that. The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoppels, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us this Friday, February 20th, the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by yours truly, the legendary Home Blow, along with my girl, Bailey Coleman. It's from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Venue 3, right here inside the 3rd Street Market Hall. We want you to come out. Do you got your tickets yet? You should have your tickets already.
Get your tickets. I had people asking me about it the other day. I was at a function. Shout out to Marilyn. Again, happy birthday. And I was at that birthday function. I mentioned it Monday, but people there were asking me about it. So, yeah, it's going to be cracking.
Absolutely. And again, to all of our Unsung Hero Award recipients, again, Brother Andrew Douglas, Sister Erica Crowley, Queen Mother Farina Brooks, Joseph Addison, Melody McCurtis, and Shawana Lindenberg. So it is.
The link is in the YouTube chat. So if you're on YouTube, press on it and get that.
Yeah, click it. You know what I mean? So again, we are Black. We were talking about just kind of giving a breakdown and understanding to what was really going on. And, you know, some people can look at things and be like, well, that was too petty. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that. But when you are, you know, passionate about something, I think when we all have something that is our baby, you feel what I'm saying? And it's like, I hear people that may say, well, you know, just let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. I'm like, no. No, I'm not letting it go. And I think we all have something that we have been able to do, in my opinion, where we were able to let some things fly. Mm-hmm. We were able to be like, okay, all right, even though, but I'm going to let that slide. I'm going to let it slide. But it's like, you know, you continue poking a bear, you continue to do what may be considered disrespectful to a person, and it's only so much. Pressure bust pipes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And to correct what I said earlier, it's not a censor. If y'all think I'm saying censor, it's not like censoring somebody. It's a censure, express severe disapproval via a statement. It's not a censor like they stopping them from talk. So that's the legislation that is being offered up. And the last time was not Mike McGee. Shanti did it to Donovan because of some comments about race. So somebody sent me some. Shout out to them for correcting me. See, I got people that love me that's out here correcting me.
Absolutely.
In real time.
Well,
so I can tell y'all.
Yeah, we want to be able to give you the truth. We want to be able to do that. And shout out to everybody that is on our YouTube page. And, I love being able to give y'all some love and shout y'all out. So great morning. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. You are Truth Nation. Again, 833-212-1017. Anything further about that, man? Because
and also there's also, just as I'm giving technical stuff, there's also a formal way of, even if LRB is like, hey, go holler at them, they got something similar, the council there's a formal way of going about deciding if two pieces of legislation are similar enough that they need to be merged. It doesn't have to have de-evolve into an argument like took place here. And let me also say this. I have personally, gotten into it with Alderwoman Zamarripa myself.
Okay.
And it didn't get to this level, you know what I'm saying? And why I didn't, because I understood, even if I felt like I was being disrespected in that moment, I understood that what's happening to Mark right now would have happened to me.
Right.
And I'm not an alder person.
Absolutely.
So as an alder person, they can tell another person, your aide threatened me and I don't want, and I could have lost my job. You know what I'm saying? So there was also that. So it wasn't just me having self-control in that moment because I wanted to snap, but I didn't because I understood who I was speaking with.
Okay.
And the emotions that all she got to do is start crying, and now I'm in the same position as Mark, where you're the angry black man and you made this person cry. You know what I'm saying? We often talk about white woman tears, but she's not white. But it's the same effect as if you're a black man. And we have to understand that and understand the tropes that are thrown upon us when it comes to black masculinity and how we carry ourselves in certain circles. And it can be used against us. And I said this to my guy, and we're on opposite spectrums of this one, but it's like that's how I feel on that situation, is that's being used against Mark. And I've had it used against me before. You know what I'm saying? When I worked for DNS, I got into it with another black man, but it was like, you yelling at me, I'm yelling at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You cussing at me, I'm cussing at you.
Right.
But in certain situations, you can't do that. And because you have to see the bigger picture and understand what's going to come down that road if that continues.
Yeah, man. I hope that it ends up getting resolved without, just taking it to another level to whereas, each person can just apologize and be like, look, I understand and maybe I overstepped or my emotions took over and I apologize.
What I think you'll see is, not to cut you off, but what I think you'll see Jose show his leadership in this moment, and because he did it before, got the council unified in other ways, as we talked about. I think he'll show his leadership in this moment and get the council back unified, because it's not a good look for the council as a whole to have this type, like, y'all can't get along and y'all arguing about legislation and this, that, and the other. Zamarripa is running for Secretary of State. This ain't a good look for her. You know what I'm saying? Chambers is doesn't want this to become his the way that people see him. They don't want this. He doesn't want this to become his image. He does enough of good work that he doesn't want this to overshadow that. You know what I'm saying? So you add those two together, that hopefully Jose and the rest of the council can get them to mend that, and they can see, look, we got to stop beefing about whatever it was, and we got to start putting the people first and move forward with the council now. Because this is what's going to happen if that continues.
Yep. So yeah, hopefully that resolution comes quicker. You can't talk about the division that goes on throughout the city and how we need to do this and how we need to come together, how we need to work together when you are in some leadership roles. That I think you have to set the example and show that, hey, we're going to work this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because it doesn't take much, in my opinion, with our community and the city being in the situation that it is in certain areas, to say, well, see, look at them, look at them, look at them. So I think that we have to understand that people are watching, and it's some haters that are watching, and they waiting on you. You get what I'm saying? They are waiting on you to end up doing something. You get what I'm saying? Like they just waiting to say, see, and we got to take those moments away from some of these individuals, because they don't want to see the bigger picture. They want to see all of the negativity. They want to talk about all of, and continue to turn it into something that it really wasn't.
And in this case, you got black and brown, because she's Latina, he's black. You got black and brown. People want to play, and then you got, and those powers that be are neither, and they want to play up that difference between those two. And we can't allow that to happen. The next 4 or 5 years are going to be so important, and all minorities have to stick together. We all got to be on the same page, and they'll play up this difference and make people choose sides when that shouldn't be happening.
That part, man. When we come back, there's violence in the city. So in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll talk about the fact that there was a teen that was injured in a shooting on Milwaukee's north side. Milwaukee police say the teen's injury was caused by debris, not necessarily the gunshot, but they are still investigating the incident as a shooting because there were over 20 shots fired into this Barada building. I know it's a Barada building by the boulders that were outside. It happened at around 9 p.m. Tuesday on 29th and West Villard here in Milwaukee. And there's been some other, violent situations that have happened in the last few days. So we'll talk about that in the 8 o'clock hour. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We got to take care of these bills, and we'll be black. Get your tickets to the award show.
Get them.
Tune into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Deshaun Ewing from the Community Advocates Public Policy Institute. He will share how the Public Policy Institute addresses the root causes of poverty through policy advocacy and community collaboration on economic and public health issues. Again, that's the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with Community Advocates Public Policy Institute at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, something big is coming. The Summerfest lineup you've been waiting for is dropping soon, and 101.7 The Truth is getting you ready early. From February 16th through February 19th, we're giving you a chance to win T-Mobile 9-day power passes so you can experience it all. Listen throughout the day for your shot to win and get plugged in before the official lineup announcement. Don't miss out, the countdown is on. Only on 101.7 The Truth.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Check it out one time.
Truth Nation, great morning. Welcome Black to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM The Truth. We are inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie in the building.
And holding us down right now, OG Andrew. What's going on with you, Andrew? How you doing and feeling, bro?
Feeling good, looking better.
Okay.
See, that's inside because Andy done lost some weight, y'all.
Right.
And so he's feeling good, looking better. I feel you.
That part.
GP better be on that scale. That's all I know.
You know that.
And he better pay up this time.
No, it ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
Break that bread, son.
Ain't gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
No, it ain't gonna happen. Listen, if you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., you late. You are late. You are late. Yes, you are late. You know, you got to be more like Ariana Kawanda. You get what I'm saying? Be on time. Be right there. Be ready. Be like Sister Lorena Star Marie. Be like Venus Jones. Be like Dr. Clarissa Lawrence. Be like Lori Patterson. Be like so many of our Truth Nation. Willie Jones. Be on time. Be there. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, how did they get that comment up? The YouTube just started, and they be right there. We there.
Everybody that shows love on the YouTube. And
absolutely. Tracy Hayes, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Everybody that is on our Truth YouTube, and we are on our way to 7,000.
Yes,
we are in the 6,000 club, so we are on our way. Melody Madden, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Everybody that's there. We just want you to know that we see you and we appreciate you. Now, there's been some
560 away, to be exact.
Oh, okay.
Andrew just told me
960.
960.
I was gonna be like, damn, I ain't see that.
Oh, I thought you see.
But hey,
you had me hyped.
Stay hyped though. Stay hyped.
No, I'm not. Not for 960.
Hey, man. We were just trying to get to 4,000 and then 5,000 and then man, I take a win is a win, bruh.
Yeah, I'm hyped. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll get more hyped as it get closer. It's like being on a long drive and being hyped.
I'm hyped all the time. Listen, I appreciate the Troop Nation. Keep coming through. Keep coming through.
I'll be chilling, y'all.
We're trying to get 10,000 before the end of the year, Homer.
Absolutely. Well, Bailey said June. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? So, we pushing ourselves. We going to do it.
Hey, when y'all see them Instagram posts that Andy cut up of us, y'all make sure y'all like and share that too. Mm-hmm. And that's the way, and then send them to the YouTube.
Absolutely.
So like and share that stuff too. If you like what you hear and you like what's going down with my man Homer, with me, with Bailey, with Andrew, with Will, man, support that.
That part. So now let's see. There's again, we know that violence is happening, but and we're still having some issues. We had a homicide suicide where there was a man that ended up shooting another man, and he ended up dying, and then he allegedly ended up killing himself. It's crazy. But just yesterday, we had a situation, and I think we have a video clip. Is that a WIC clip? Okay. But a 16-year-old is recovering after being hurt in a shooting on Milwaukee's north side. Milwaukee police say officers responded around 9 p.m. Tuesday to 29th and Villard Avenue. Police said a 16-year-old was taken to a local hospital with what were believed to be gunshot wounds, but however, After following further investigation in collaboration with medical staff, authorities determined the teen had not been shot. Officials say the injury was caused by debris and not a gunshot wound. The circumstances surrounding the incident remain under investigation. Milwaukee police are still searching for the gunman. But there were over 20 shots. There were over 20 shots fired into that apartment building. It's a Barada building. Into that 16-year-old's room.
They knew exactly where his room was.
Yeah, obviously.
That's crazy.
You know, and this is why I say, listen.
So they shot exactly at that window. At that window. God.
So this is why I say, you know, parents, guardians, community, earth mothers and earth fathers, as Brother Andre Lee Ellis would say, we gotta be in our youth's business. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we got to know what the business is, like, for real, because this is crazy. When you hear about some of these youth that are involved in some of the homicides that may happen, some of the shootings that may happen, then even where you had a teacher's aide, not an aide, but a tutor that was in MPS, the sick stuff that he ended up doing. But I do believe we have the video clip now for that. OG Andrew, could you play that clip right now?
3 breaking this morning, a 16-year-old is recovering after a shooting overnight in Milwaukee. Police are searching for the shooter right now. It happened around 9 last night near 29th and Villard in the old North Milwaukee neighborhood. Police say a bullet did not hit the teen, but they were injured by flying debris. A 12 News photojournalist on scene captured what appears to be a bullet hole in a window, apartment window that is, and multiple evidence markers in the street and on the sidewalk. Officers are still investigating what led up to the shooting.
See, and all of those cones, you know, listen, it's so crazy, Brother Dame, that it's in a lot of these scenes where there are evidence markers, you know, you're used to seeing the little numbers, right? But it'd be so many, Dame, they got to use orange cones, like it's a traffic, you know what I mean, to mark where they found these casings at from bullets.
That and it raised the question like we talking about earlier. What was the, and you know, you saw the little man, the little person, the young guy, his window was shot up, but you know,
but he obviously was at home. I would take it. So
nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to be doing something. Somebody come shoot up your window.
Yeah,
you ain't just not doing. Nobody coming to shoot up your. And you know, kids would be like, you know, I deal with kids all the time, and kids would be like, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
they were just messing with me. Nah, you did something. So it would be interesting to know the backstory behind it and what this kid is into, and that he's gotten his family, endangered his family with whatever he's into. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about a basketball game,
right?
It was, you know, it wasn't. It was something you're into. That has now, and that's what kids got to understand. And see, that's what I tell my kids all of the time, is that you may think you just out here doing something, and you may think you just out here living your life, but that's going to affect those in your home.
Yep.
And there's no way you're not bringing that home. Like you said, you got to be in their business, right? Mm-hmm. What you doing with this pistol? You stashing it in the bushes? You stashing it somewhere? That could be possible.
Yep.
But in most cases, you bringing it home. You stashing it in between your mattresses, common places in the house, or something like the washroom or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point is this. What you do out in them streets is going to affect everyone around you. Your moms, your pops, your little brothers, your little sisters, your older brothers, your older sisters. Do you want to bring that energy home with you? Because it can follow you home. And in this case, follow them home.
Mm-hmm.
Follow them to his bedroom window. And that energy you've been putting out in that street done came back to your family now. So if that's not if that doesn't deter you from wanting to do illegal stuff and be in these streets, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I often say to the youth, like, man, you out here doing whatever. You want that to come back on your moms?
Right.
Because everybody love their mama. You want that to come back on your mom? You want that to come back on your daddy? So somebody you love, do you want that to come back on them?
That part, bro.
And you see the change in their face a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
and another situation. Again, I'm talking about we have to be guarded with our youth. We have to be guarded. Here's another situation. Like that was a situation where, like I say, 20 shots were fired from what law enforcement is saying. And it's a blessing that he didn't get hit by a bullet, but he got hit by debris. Right? Staying on that, well, we got Al from MKE, so I want to definitely go to Al from MKE. But then I want to bring up another youth situation where you had a predator, and I'm going to label him as a pedophile, in my opinion. Milwaukee tutor charged with sexual assault of a 14-year-old student, and bruh. Let's go to Al from MKE. Al, MKE, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the conversation about this shooting. What's your truth?
My truth is if you go through Villard and Hampton and you get rid of some of them Barada properties, some of that crime will be gone. But the real question is some of these children drinking Parmesan with their mamas and smoking joints and giving her the money. So let's not think that some of these parents don't know what's going on, because if you're sitting there collecting a check or you're just sitting there doing nothing with the man in the house and your kid is not going to school, what do you think he's doing? Let's think about that. Think about over there on 35th and Villa where all them derelict transients and cokeheads be out there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning like it's a crackhead family reunion. Think about all that. So I know some of these people feel like the kids don't know. Trust me, they mamas know. All up and down Villard and Hampton, it's a lot of low income over there. Mama know, and daddy know too, because some of them don't go to work because they rather sit and collect a check. And that's why the homeowners is suffering. Trust me, we're smart and we're intelligent, but we ain't stupid. We got all kind of pride when we want to put on them clothes that people don't even wear no more, when we want to show sugar honey iced tea to everybody while we're still living in the same neighborhood. Some parents over there know you get rid of some of them Barada properties and get rid of some of that low-income Section 8, I guarantee you those neighborhoods will go back to they was in the early 80s. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Al, MKE. I'm Abe. No lies detected, man.
And you know why they made them put those boulders out there?
No.
Because this is what I've heard. This is the rumor that I've heard, is that he used the boulders also, you know, they signify the property as well.
Right.
Stop people from, obviously it serves as a protector from driving and stuff like that. But I think it was because they had bushes. And with the bushes, the police were like, you got these bushes and the people are stashing drugs. In the bushes.
Wow.
And so he went from the bushes to the boulders, and the boulders just became
his signature
thing. You know what I'm saying? So the properties he was getting was already that way. You know what I'm saying? And now it's Barada, and because of whatever management he has, that element has continued in a lot of these properties. But because initially you see it, and I remember I used to live down the street from one. There was one on Roosevelt, Titonia and Roosevelt, that they had redone. And I thought, oh, here comes somebody, a developer in here, he's doing this. I hadn't heard of Barada yet. He's doing this because that building was rough. Kicked everybody out, redone it, whatever. But then you just let the same type of people back in.
Wow. We're sticking with the teens, and, you know, we got to be more guarded. When we return, again, another topic with some of our youth being affected. Milwaukee tutor charged with sexual assault of a 14-year-old student. Antonia Barfield Wilson, 25, and he'll be 26 like April 9th or something like that. I read the criminal complaint. Man, guess who he's blaming for messing up his life. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. We'll be black.
On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on Horizon League Conference foe, the Detroit Mercy Titans.
And Dorcia slip it right at the top. Elam contested 3, and it doesn't matter. He buried it anyway. 20 to shoot. Elam will. No on the 3 to the top. Ricochet. Dorcius. He'll take the 3, and he'll bury it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock.
Tired of managing your rental property? Or maybe you just don't know where to start? At Odom Investments and Property Management, our professional team handles everything from tenant placement to maintenance and rent collection, so you don't have to. Let us take the stress out of property management. Call 855-ODOM-WAY or 855-636-6929 and experience the Odom Way today.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
It starts with a spark, and at Milwaukee College Prep, that spark turns into something extraordinary. From age 3 through 8th grade, MCP nurtures brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of students face economic hardship, but that doesn't define them, because at MCP, every child's potential shines. With 4 campuses and one powerful mission, college and beyond. Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine. Welcome back to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie, in the building.
And great morning to our girl, Bailey Coleman. Great morning, Bailey. We love you. We appreciate you. Get your tickets. The Truth Community Awards, second annual Truth Community Awards, is taking place on Friday, and tickets are definitely moving. They moving. So we don't want you to end up
asking me about them. They hitting me up.
Yeah, we don't want you to have to get to the door and see a sign and be like, sorry, sold out.
It's gonna be food, fun, and all of that.
But trust me when I tell you, and this ain't no fluff. You know, sometimes people are fluff. Hey, look, we only got 4 tables left. We only, and they be lying. Hey, listen, when we're saying please make sure you get your tickets in advance, we are not doing it for fluff. We're not doing it to say, oh, yeah, well, it wasn't no. No. You're going to learn this morning. You're going to learn today.
It's going to be
that, cracking. Yeah, you need to make sure that you get your tickets and be there as we salute and celebrate just some of our unsung heroes with an award, because there's so many unsung heroes, Brother Dame. And yeah, we want to make sure that you are in the building with us. And of course, you'll get to see Dame there, Bailey there,
Mama there, P there,
Home Blow. I'll be there. Yeah. OG Andrew, you going to be in the building? There you go.
With the ding.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Listen, okay, we're gonna go and talk about
the technical director. He said he's over, making sure things run smooth.
Right, absolutely, and you need that, especially in business. But we do have this clip that I want to end up playing that's going to talk about this story. But I think that we really have to just get what this 25-year-old, soon to be 26, on April 9th. His birthday is April 9th. He was born in 2000, so he'll be 26 years old on April 9th. So he's 25 now. But who he's trying to blame in messing up his life after all the things that he did, this sicko. So, OG Andrew, if you could play the news clip, I believe from WISN 12 about this particular topic that we're going to get into, and I want to definitely hear from Truth Nation, find out your thoughts. We'll play the clip now.
Worked at Bradley Tech High School in Milwaukee is charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old student. Prosecutors say Antonio Barfield Wilson had sexual contact with the student twice at King Park in December. A district spokesperson says Barfield Wilson no longer works in the school.
Well, I would hope not.
Right.
I would hope not.
Bruh, listen, man, listen. And because the criminal complaint is very graphic and detailed, so I won't go into trying to read it on the air here.
Listen, this brother's 25 years old.
25, she's 14.
I was married when I was 22.
You get where I'm going?
And she's 14.
14, bro.
There's a great leap between 25 and 14 as far as mentally that you can't ignore in this situation. You know what I'm saying? That is now, those old rockers in the 50s and 60s, yeah, they did it. And it was wrong then.
Epstein type stuff.
Yeah, this is because there's no comparison. That's somebody's child. And you're in a park with this woman, with this young lady, with this kid.
Yeah. And I want to again, as I talked about this on a different situation, but it did not happen, even though when you hear 1531 West Belize.
It didn't happen inside the Kingston. Like
it's synonymous with, oh, yeah, that's the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center with Mama Ray's McCullough, Miss D. It did not happen inside of the building. It happened in the park. And the address for the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Park is 1531 West Belize. So it actually happened in the park, not in the facility. But the tutor, Bradley Tech High School at Bradley Tech former tutor at Bradley Tech High School, facing felony charges after police say he had sexual contact with a 14-year-old student that he was supposed to be helping with schoolwork. Antonio D. Barfield Wilson, 25, was charged with second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16. If convicted, he could face up to 40 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. He should get all 40 of those years plus another 40. School resource officers started investigating after getting reports that a student was in a sexual relationship with a male tutor. The student initially denied that anything happened, but later told detectives about two incidents at King Park on West Willette Street, one in mid-December, another on New Year's Eve. Both times were around 5:30 p.m. According to the criminal complaint, the student showed investigators sexually explicit text messages between the two. The teen also agreed to call Antonio Barfield Wilson while a detective listened in. That's when things got worse for Antonio Barfield Wilson. When the student mentioned talking to police, he panicked. He said, Did you say anything? He asked, according to the complaint. And then he said, you probably just effed up my life, bro. He got the nerve to blame her and say, you probably just effed up my life. It goes on to say, then he told the teen what should have been said. You were supposed to lie, bro. He said, no, listen, I didn't meet you nowhere, okay? We didn't do anything, and that's all it's told. That's all you were supposed to say. Investigators brought Antonio Barfield Wilson in for questioning the next day. At first, he denied everything, but when confronted with the text and the recorded phone call, he admitted to the sexual contact. The complaint states Bradley Tech families received the following statement from the principal. Alex, I'm not going to mutilate your last name. Dear Bradley Tech families and staff, We value you as a member of the Bradley Tech community, and we want to keep you informed. Yesterday, we received a report that an adult working for one of our partner organizations allegedly had inappropriate contact with the student. We immediately contacted the Milwaukee Police Department and Child Protective Services, both of which are investigating, along with City Year, the partner organization. MPS is also conducting our own investigation on what occurred and will take all appropriate action. This individual has not been working in the school since this was reported to us. Our student safety is our number one priority. We understand that this situation might be upsetting to students or staff. If your students need assistance, please contact the school office to be connected to the school counselor, the nurse, the psychologist, or the social worker. School staff may access the Employee Assistance Program to learn about available options. Thank you for your ongoing partnership and support as we continue to ensure our students at Bradley Tech are safe. If you have any questions, please contact the school office at 414-212-2400.
And City Year is a reputable organization that I've known people that have gone through that organization, and they do good work. And I'm sorry that their name is going to get dragged through the mud because one of their guys that they let into, because he got into, I was wondering, how did he get into school? What is he doing? City Year. Okay, City Year is a great organization. Right. He gets in through that organization and he gets in around. That's why, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, you shouldn't be working in a high school unless you're 30. Right. It should be like, if certain clubs you can't get in until you're 30, high school is one of them.
When I had this conversation on yesterday, in Truth Nation, we definitely want to hear from you, 833-212-1017. The Truth Talk text lines are open. There were some people that were saying, well, how are they vetting these people, this, that, and the other? Listen, my thought process with that, Dame, is if he was not a registered sex offender, how could an organization know? You get what I'm saying?
So give him a psychological examination, like to be a police officer or something?
Right.
They're doing that.
Right. So that's why when people, some people were saying that, I, in my opinion, debunked that by saying, like, okay, it's one thing if you had where you shot somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got and this information is readily available. Now, the fear is, how long has he been doing this type of stuff?
Is this the first time?
That's where we're going. We got it.
We don't know how long he's been working for City Year, and this may have been his first time inside the schools. But is this the first time? There may be other victims out there.
That part, and So and there was penetration. It's crazy. So
we
won't talk about it. So, but no, I'm just saying when you're hearing that it's second degree, he's a sick person. I want to call him some other things, but I can't here. But Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Deja will come back to get with you after we take care of these bills. OG Andrew, let's go to take care of these bills, bro.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it.
So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Eastbound 894 at Loomis. We do still have that left lane blocked because of the accident that's there. One of the cars is hooked up onto a tow truck. Should be out of there pretty soon. Unfortunately, damage is done. We got backups coming out of the Hale interchange all the way to that point. Westbound, everybody's got to slow down, take a peek. So backups from the Mitchell interchange to just past Loomis as well. Southbound 43, we got backups just before Hampton all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Locust. Northbound 4394, we got backups around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. Back on the brakes from Beecher onto the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, becoming mostly sunny, windy, and warm. A high of 60. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, something big is coming. The Summerfest lineup you've been waiting for is dropping soon. And 101.7 The Truth is getting you ready early. From February 16th through February 19th, we're giving you a chance to win T-Mobile 9-day power passes so you can experience it all. Listen throughout the day for your shot to win and get plugged in before the official lineup announcement. Don't miss out. The countdown is on. Only on 101.7 The Truth.
Welcome, Black. I froze.
Andy.
Now I'm small. Now I'm this way. I'm that way. Hey, now I'm coming, Black.
Nice
now we're both in there.
Head.
All you saw was my bald head at first. That's all I'm saying. I was froze. Like, woke up this morning.
The back of my big rock head, like my mama would say.
Yep. But, yeah, we got to definitely talk about this. I wish that Deja would have been able to hang through. But the True Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. We're talking about this, pedophile, alleged pedophile. Because he has not yet been found guilty, but he is facing, if found guilty, 40 years and $100,000 fine. Antonio Barfield Wilson, 25 years old currently right now, and former tutor at Bradley Tech, but he's no longer there. And the things that him trying to accuse the 14-year-old girl that was manipulated into saying, you probably just effed up my life, bro. Mm-hmm. How's it her fault?
Because he already was manipulating people. It's something he did.
Yeah. How's that her? How does she F up your life? You got to take accountability. That's self-accountability. You got to be accountable for that. You created that situation.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure this 14-year-old didn't come up to you and start flirting with you. And even if she did, she's 14.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Little girls do stuff like that to older men that they admire, right? That's just how it works, right? Mm-hmm. They're going through puberty, they're doing whatever, right? Yeah, come on, man. That should disgust you at that point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it should be, it should disgust you at 25. You're and she's 14,
right? And you're a tutor.
You're a tutor in this person.
So what you're doing? Sex ed? You get what I'm saying? Just the sickness of it all, man.
She's a freshman, fresh out of middle school.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right, like And in the actual criminal complaint, again, Truth Nation, we want to get your thoughts on this and how can we, in your opinion, better protect our children in situations like this? Because in this, you know, again, she was being manipulated. So yes, she went along, but it was his responsibility to say hell no. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing right about it. There's nothing you could say. I don't care if she wore a skirt or whatever. I don't care.
There's no blame that you can place on a 14-year-old.
None at all.
In a relationship
None at
with a
all.
25-year-old. There's no blame at all. And anybody that does that, I oftentimes look at them like they crazy. And maybe you sick too. Because there's no blame you can place on a 14-year-old.
There you go.
If they are under 18, there's no blame that, well, she was doing this to him and she was doing that.
But she be
14.
dancing and stuff. She got a baby and all
She's
that.
14.
That it don't matter.
She's 14. There's nothing.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
There's no way that you could place blame on a 14-year-old. Now, if the boy was 16, 17, okay. Even maybe 18. But even then, that's close.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I always have the rule when I was coming up. And you know, with my daughters, I was like, was they in high school the same time you was in high school? Okay, then okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if it's so that 18 to 40, he might be still in the building. That's still, but okay. But 25, you know what I'm saying? 25 and she's 14. Like I said, I had been married for 3 years, had 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? That started my profession. You are 25. This little girl is 14. The mental difference there is so grand. The gap is so grand. And then if anybody, that's like when R. Kelly was doing his thing, and you got Epstein that was doing his thing, and those files coming out. That's like saying, oh, but that little girl she was at the pageant doing this, and Trump just couldn't resist himself because she was Long Island Lolita him. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You sound like a nut. You sound crazy. And then now I'm looking at you like, what do you want?
Right.
What are you thinking about that you even think that's possible? That that little 14-year-old was thick. What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's how some of these dudes act. And if I've never had this happen, but it's been people that have come around by association via other people, and you be like, oh, I'm never hanging around this dude.
Right, bruh.
You say certain things, and it just eludes and it gives you creepy feelings. No, I'm never hanging around this dude again.
Yeah. Marquise, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you on the YouTube page. Said put him under the jail. Sylvia Coleman, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said sick bastard. Yeah, that part. RC Creation Muse, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said age standards of certain jobs. I was just about to say that, especially with this new theory of the brain does not stop growing until 25, the maturity level. Though I believe accountability starts when, when you know better.
Yeah.
Will D, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said, was he hired by the school? If so, can the family sue the school?
No, City Year
is
a contractor, and they teach kids and try to train them to be teachers and do all of this stuff. And they do a bunch of great stuff.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have 25-year-olds in the school. I think there absolutely should be. There absolutely should, because a lot of this stuff that's happening that we've seen in recent years has been the younger coach, the younger tutor. This, that, and I know for a fact, it happens when they're older than that.
And things
it happens when they're older than that. But I think if they're under 30, you go send them to an elementary school or something. And I'm not, because then at least the age gap is, and I'm not saying, oh, he's a pedophile, he's going to do it. But I'm just saying they can't be in a high school where, it's all of these raging hormones already present in a high school, because you got all these kids, all of them going through puberty, all of them thinking about their manhood, thinking about their womanhood, thinking about things like this. You need to have somebody in those positions that has been through all of that, can understand what's going on, and can steer those kids in the right direction. A 25-year-old that hasn't done anything in their life can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it 100. Like I said, when I was 25, I was a little different. I was like, I keep saying this, I had been married for 3 years, going on 4 in this situation, had 2 kids already. My life was a little different than the normal 25-year-old. The rest of my friends, except for my guy Gerald, he was married a year after me. But the rest of them was still in the club, still kicking it, still chasing girls, still doing that stuff, right? And in most cases, that's what's happening. I think there should be, and that may be difficult to do, but I think there should be, and I think people would trust the school system more if that be the case, if they had an age limit on who can work in these high schools. I just think that'd be different. Because there's no reason for somebody 21, 22 to be teaching somebody that's 18.
Right. On the Truth Talk text lines, Stacey Evans, great morning, love you, appreciate you, said, morning, gents. Did you hear how Antonio went into child mode after being cornered? You effed up my life, sellout dude / person. Be a damn grown-up. Put a child in her place. Even tell the parent if the child is making advances towards you as a grown-up. No lies detected.
None. No
lies detected, Stacey Evans. That's it. That's all. There is no other way.
No.
There's no other way that should have been handled or dealt with. That's exactly how you would handle that. You were supposed to handle that. To end up trying to throw a guilt trip on her and then try to coach her, it's always this, you should have said this, you should have said that. No, listen.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I got 5 daughters. And so I always put myself in a position to think, like, what if it was one of them? I don't know how I would have responded.
Right.
And then you read the police complaint, and then this is out there, and you notice someone's done this to your baby, and regardless of how she's still a baby, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless of how fast. Hey, you say, oh, she was fast. Get out of here. She's a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, she was fast. No, she's not fast. She's a kid. And she's going through puberty. Her mind is messed up. She's crazy. Being a teenager is literally akin to being nuts. Right? You're crazy. Your mind is changing. You're physically changing. Everything about you is changing. You're nuts. Right? Anybody that's had raised teenagers understands. You're nuts.
That part.
There's no way that this 25-year-old person should be messing with this insane 14-year-old, regardless of whatever.
That's right.
And not saying insane, y'all. I'm just saying because she's a teenager and I'm a father, and when they go through teenage years, they're nuts. There's nothing you should be in your mind that should tell you this is okay.
Real talk.
And I just,
OG Andrew, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, put him under the jail.
Absolutely.
That you messed up my life. You get what I'm saying?
My life. I made him. And this situation is like rape. It's like you can't really say when you do something like that. It's like that's not a mistake,
right?
At that point, a mistake is shooting off into a crowd and hitting other people. That's a mistake. This isn't. This isn't a mistake, man. You contemplated having sex with this 14-year-old.
Yep.
It's something you need psychological help.
Yep, absolutely.
There's something wrong with you at this point. Something happened inside of you that won't be just talked out. You need psychological help. You may need meds. You may need something like that because
I want to know how long he was with you know what I'm saying, the program, because again, I can't help but think that there may be some other girls out there.
Yeah, was this his first stop? What I'm saying? How long has he been doing this? We don't know.
Yep. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I'm the legendary Home Blow along with my brother,
MC Dame Elsie.
Y'all better get y'all damn tickets. Second annual Truth Community Awards coming up, and them tickets are leaving. I'm just saying, you're going to get to the door talking about, how you going to get in here? You get what I'm saying? We'll be black.
Listen Fridays to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris during Black History Month for Dr. Ken's Trivia. It's not just questions, it's culture. Facts they don't teach you and a few stories that matter. We'll test what you know and teach each other something new along the way. Lock in your Fridays in February. Be ready to call in and bring your brain with you. Dr. Ken's Trivia, Friday in February on Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, YouTube, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
It is time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now at Milwaukee Public Schools. Explore schools offering traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, and physical education along with reading, writing, math, and science. Bus transportation and before and after school care are available. Attend the citywide kindergarten enrollment fair on February 21st at North Division High School. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance, a place that believes in who they can become. At Milwaukee College Prep, we set the bar high with strong character, high expectations, and academic excellence. Starting as early as age 3, MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee because we believe every child can achieve greatness. And the best part is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares you for college and beyond, visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com because Milwaukee College Prep is where brilliance begins.
Welcome back to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM The Truth. Listen, so I think we've kind of come to a consensus to what should happen to Antonio Brumfield Wilson and anybody like them and that will not end up doing what they are supposed to do as an adult. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we already have enough trauma inside of our communities to whereas we don't need anybody else adding to it. Like, you're just going to pour some more on there. So now we don't know who to trust. You know, we already have trust issues in so many different areas, but now, you know, you're thinking, okay, yeah, my child needs a tutor, but you ain't thinking that, it's in sex ed.
Will D9 said he's lucky her dad, if he's around, didn't get a hold of him.
Man.
Would have been a different story if he's a father like me. Absolutely.
Yep. That part.
RC Creation Muse 2023 said, I would not want to work in a school without a body cam or hallway cameras.
And I get it.
I get that.
I get it.
Because you don't want to get Tupac's either. People told a lie. You don't want that either.
Yeah.
So everybody be protected. But in this situation, like, if I worked in a school, I wouldn't even be in a classroom alone with the young woman. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a high school or something like that, it's not gonna happen. No, we gonna meet. Yeah, we can meet in the library. I want you to come to me and we can have these conversations. We're gonna talk at the door. The door's gonna be open. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. There's gonna be certain precautions I'm gonna take all of the time in those situations.
You know, an important thing that ended up happening in this situation, how it was brought to light. Okay, and salute to all of those students, because the girl, the 14-year-old victim, she didn't bring it to light. There were other students that knew, that said, is something going on and this, that, and the other. Maybe she talked to some other students and kind of said, what was going on or whatnot. They're the ones that ended up bringing it to the school staff and was saying, hey, look, and they talked to the school resource officers as well and say, hey, look, this is, we think that this is something that's going on with this girl. So when law enforcement initially ended up talking to the girl, she denied it, that anything was happening. But then when they had all of the information from the other students, she ended up confessing and saying, yes, this has been happening. And that's when they were able to get all of that information from her, and they were able to go make an arrest of Antonio Brumfield Wilson. So, shout out to those students that, knew something wasn't right, and you said something. We're going to go to the Truth Talk text lines. We've got Blake. Blake, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
Yeah. My people be telling me in the van that I deal with, they was like, I'm so articulate and they appreciate me calling into the show. I'm a dad. I'm a father. I'm a man. I've been touched by a woman when I was younger, and I ran into her. She worked at Freighter. Actually, could we have dinner? He's like, boy, you gone. I'm like, it was cool when I was 7 and you were doing things to me and you were 19. Wow. But now you grown, we grown. And I can't, and I would say the name, but man, I'm telling you, her and her sister used to come get something from my dad when I was younger. When I stayed on 26 down the street from Elm. And now when I seen her, I'm like, what's up? Hey, let's go shopping. Let's go out to dinner. She's like, boy, you better go. And I was like, okay. I should have got the people on you. She worked at Freighter. She was so mad. But this is why people do the background check. And he's done this before. You can tell.
Okay, Blake.
He's done it before.
Blake.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard what I said earlier. If you're not a registered sex offender, what's going to come up on your background report?
Okay, if you're not a registered sex offender, what's going to come up is everything you've done in your life.
Obviously,
like with me.
Yeah, obviously, what he did to get the job as a tutor, nothing showed up to make them say, "Oh, he's a bad candidate." So this is where I'm going. We have to think about the part that if none of what you have went through in your life is something that shows up when they pull up your report to check your background or whatever. Now, how do I say that you're a bad candidate?
Okay, I got you. Now,
that's what I need people to think. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With the kids, the kids don't like creepy people. So I'm glad they're recognizing what happened, and he got called on it. And this is going to put up another red flag. This is why brothers are not welcome at daycare. They're not welcome in the school system. Really, they don't want men around their children because of this. If you have urges at 25 for 14-year-olds, something is wrong with you. I'm 54 years old. I don't even want to date nobody. My daughter is 34. She'll be 35 this year. I don't want to date nobody my daughter's age because I feel bad. So he gonna hit the tier, and everybody we know when you coming in there. I'm glad I ain't never done no time, but the time I have done, when I was in there, when I told them about what happened with my daughter, and they waiting for me to hit the line. But I hate for this happening to that girl, the parents, and once again, the ones that listen to the radio station ain't the ones that need to be hearing this. But do we need to get this out to the masses another way? I hate that this happened, man, and I love that I know that I have triggers now. I'm waiting for somebody to call me and say, Blake, I want you to be on my coalition or on my panel, or I need you to move with me. Like I told y'all before, I'm ready to move. It's just the way we got to. So I hate that this happened, man. And we just Let's make it positive and keep our children safe.
All right. Thank you very much, Blake.
I appreciate you, Homer. I appreciate you, Dane.
Yeah.
All right, Blake. But looking out.
But there's some people that have that stance of talking about, I'm waiting to be on this, I'm waiting to be on that. In my opinion, Dane, that's part of the problem. Stop waiting. What the hell are we waiting on? Do it your damn self. Be an innovator. You see a need, you do something. I've been doing that for over half my life. I didn't wait to say, ooh, am I going to get funding for this?
Yeah.
Am I going to get this for this? Am I going to do this? I know that this is needed. And this is why we have these unsung heroes that will be awarded on this Friday at the Community Awards.
Yeah.
These are people that didn't wait.
There's this thing where Rick Pitino, when he was the coach of Boston Celtics, he's doing an interview, and he was like, Larry Bird is not walking through that door. Kevin McHale is not walking through that door. Let's translate that to us, Jesse Jackson is not walking through this door.
Right.
Fred Hampton is not walking through the door. Huey P is not walking through the door. You got to walk through the door.
We got to be the change.
And I think we got enough people out here that are like-minded that once that happens, we'll see lasting change. We got to stop.
And waiting. What are we waiting on?
Yeah.
There need to be more fathers. There's the program, I forgot what state it's in, where all of the fathers go to the schools and they walk the halls. You get what I'm saying? They give the young, they give the young boys a chance to see what being a father is. They're getting corrected. Hey, that's not cool. Hey, don't do that. You have to be the change. You got to be the change. We looking for the man in the mirror. If you have all of those skills, if you have all of those qualities, and you see where we're living and how we're living right now, you be the change. You change the narrative.
Yep.
You help protect some of the girls, because as a man, and you see something like, oh, hell no, that ain't cool what I seen him trying to do. Bro, was you trying to talk to that little girl? You know what I'm saying? So we have to be a part of the change that we're talking about. We can't sit and say, I want to be on a part of this. I want to be on. You be that. You be that. And that will be the difference maker in changing our community and changing our society. And that's just Homer Blow's opinion.
It's an excellent opinion to have.
What you got, Dane? We got to get ready to roll up out of here, bro.
See y'all Friday. It's my last day of the week. See y'all Friday at the
second annual Truth Community Awards.
Truth Community Awards. Shout out to Melody, who's receiving an award. Shout out to all the other recipients. Get y'all a ticket. See y'all there.
All right. Shout out to the Blue Man Group. I went to the Miller High Life Theater and saw the Blue Man Group for the first time. I love the Blue Man Group. I watch all the different videos, but to be in the audience is so entertaining. It's in town for a while, and I enjoyed myself. I was right there in the front, and I enjoyed myself. I also became a part of the show.
You think it's still the same Blue Men?
Listen, the truth with Sherwin Hughes.
Like the Temptations.
The truth with Sherwin. This is a world tour, so I don't know. We might have had the right ones. The truth with Sherwin Hughes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Right now. I know. Listen, love you, babes. Talk to my agent. Let's watch our children. Let's watch our babies, because they need us, even if they don't act like it.
This